FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program, Duke City. Happy Friday, friend of the show. Van Nunley here, joined by Isaiah Johnson. You're out of the production booth and into the captain's chair, baby.
Yes.
How does it feel, Zay?
I expressed this the first time, and this just confirms it. This is much, much better than life in the studio. It just is. You get beverages. You get to see a different
You're drinking
atmosphere.
a water.
Yes, this is true. And I usually drink a water in the studio, but it's different when it's in a glass cup, not the styrofoam cups in the studio.
Over 30 short minutes away from having a delicious cocktail here at Safehouse Distilling downtown. That's where we are all the way up until 7p, where we go across the street to check out Duke City Championship Wrestling at the El Rey Theater. If you want some seats, bad news.
Yeah.
It's another sellout at the El Rey Theater.
Another one.
If you want standing room only, upstairs or downstairs with me at the bar, we got a lot of room. Come hang out with us. It's going to be a blast tonight. Your hero, Hobo Hank, is going to be on the canvas, and we're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be Zay's first time at Duke City Championship Wrestling. Is this your first time at DCCW or your first time at wrestling, period?
So this is my first time at DCCW. I don't know if you remember, but I did. I ran into you and Fred at a WWE event last year, and that ended up being a very fun time. And I've been to a few of those. I've been to a WWE event actually back in 2006. I saw The Undertaker back in the Mr. Kennedy days. I
don't know those days.
Yeah, there's pretty good days. And I remember when I went to the last wrestling event, we actually discussed the potential of me being here on the show with you guys.
That is right. Yeah, man, we love to have you here. You are a young talent. We could see your ascension into the radio and podcast game, and we're glad to have you as a producer and glad to have you here filling in today. I'm going to have to hand your boy his flowers, Zay. I don't like doing this because I'm never wrong, but I might have been wrong on young Bronny James, who got off to the worst start any basketball player could possibly have. And now he seems that he shook off his nervousness. He's ready to ball out. In the last two games, he looked like an actual functional basketball player.
Yeah, and that's an accurate analysis. You said shook off his nervousness. And when you watched him, he would have a lot of good looks, but he'd be scared to pull the trigger. But now I think he had that one good game. And I noticed he's had two good games ever since Jaylen Brown has gone and said he's not a pro. And I think he took that personal. So I'm liking the ascension of Bronny James, and hopefully he continues.
He had his Jordan moment, and I took that personally. I mean, and who is Jaylen Brown to talk? Like, I mean, Jaylen Brown's that dude. Jaylen Brown is him. Like, we know that already. You know, $300 million superstar, conference finals MVP, finals MVP. But he was a rookie one time, too.
Yeah.
And he got off to almost an identical start as Bronny. Bronny started off 5 from 26 in the field. Jaylen Brown started off 6 of 26 in the field.
Exactly.
So you would think that he would, like, show a little empathy to Bronny. Like, be a dude about it. Give him some support. Maybe reach out. Shoot him a text. Shoot his dad a text. You know he's got Big Bronny's number in his phone. Like, just tell him, like, hey, I got off to a rough start too. It's okay. You'll shake it off. But no, he's a hater.
He is a hater. And like I said before a couple shows ago, I think it's the way in which he went about expressing his thoughts that I think gives hater vibes. Like, I feel like he's at the game and he's feeling like he's too cool and he got the finals MVP. So he's leaking his opinions about Bronny. And agree or disagree with him, a lot of people were saying, like, oh, well, he's speaking facts, as if it was a done deal that Bronny didn't belong. But now he's got himself in this position where the more Bronny does good, the more heat that's going to be put on Jaylen Brown, the crazier Jaylen Brown's going to look. And it's like, look, Bronny came out and has been balling the past 2 games. So the longer he keeps going, the worse Jaylen Brown's going to look.
Yeah, and I'm kind of disappointed in Jaylen because we were just singing his praises just a couple days ago about the stance that he's taking with Nike. Like, he's always been a voice for the voiceless. You know, during the whole Black Lives Matter ordeal, he was front and center. If there's a big cause in this country, he's usually on the right side of it. Like, I love what he's doing and speaking out against, the monster corporation of Nike and their business practices and their sweatshop
Yeah, you beat me
practices.
to it.
I mean, they're not great. As a guy, I literally have Jordans on right now. So it's hard for me to say, oh, Nike this, Nike that, while I'm still a consumer.
Yeah, it's like McDonald's. It's like the same thing as McDonald's. We can talk about McDonald's as if it's terrible for you all you want, but one of these days we're gonna swing by there and grab some fries.
Okay, I do not. I don't eat at McDonald's. If I'm in a pinch, I'm more of a Taco Bell guy.
What do you get? What's your go-to? You get the.
Okay, so I'm a big black bean crunch wrap supreme dork. I do. I mean, I was out running errands just the other day, and I didn't bring my meal prep with me. I didn't, because I eat super healthy.
Yeah,
like I'm a hippie ass vegan. Like vegetable protein matters to me a lot. Like I've gained 20 pounds in the past 2 years. Like I've been eating clean and healthy and like adding weight slowly. It really matters to me.
Nice.
But when I'm eating Taco Bell, it does not matter whatsoever. I know what I'm getting into.
Yeah, and how does your tum feel after these black bean crunch wraps?
Not ideal.
Okay,
it's not ideal.
Predictable.
But I'll only have like one item because I know what I'm getting into.
So you keep it slight.
Yeah, even when it's like late at night and I'm on a little bit of that Steph Griff, you know what I'm saying? I still only have one item from Taco Bell. Griffin, what do you get from Taco Bell?
I love their nachos Bel Grande.
Classic.
The good old OG. You
Yeah.
can't go wrong with it. They could do a better job at it. They used to fill the whole container. Now they just give you like 15 chips that you can slide around in the box if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, you have to get like the extra taco or two on the side. But I'm really sad that they had taken away that $5 meal like set, like you could get a couple tacos, a drink and stuff.
It seems like so many places had the little $5 something, and then it's like once the first one stopped, they're like, okay, well, they're so successful, so we can go ahead and take ours off the menu.
Right. Mandy said that they're trying to bring it back. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's still as long as they bring it back, that's okay.
One thing I like about Bronny, though, that's important is he always was playing defense. It was really easy to go and rip on him about his offensive numbers and his shooting percentages. But if you actually were to sit and watch the games, you would see that he was always playing defense. He always was sitting in the passing lanes. He's always getting rebounds. And I think that if the scoring adds on, then he instantly parlays into a first-round talent, or should have been first-round talent. Whereas beforehand, everyone's like, oh, he can be this role player, he can be this. But he's got a good shot, he's got good space creation. So he has a good shot selection and space creation. Whereas like out of the triple threat, he does good off the dribble. He's got good handles. He knows how to read screens. Obviously, like you don't have to be a good athlete. If you're in the James family and you've been in LeBron's family growing up, you're going to understand a lot of regular things that may be hard for other basketball players to understand.
Right.
So simple things like coming off a screen and getting to your spots, he'll always have that. It's just a matter of, will his shot fall? And if his shot falls, then I think we see him become that prospect we thought he would be prior to the heart attack.
So he's not the only one having a super slow start. As number one pick, Reese Hasher, and the number two pick, Sar, like they're off to awful starts too. So Sar in his first two games was 1 for 21.
Yeah, he's missed a lot.
Yeah, and then I think researcher, I'll just call him like that because I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly over and over again, which I will. He went 1 for 11. So the number one and the number two pick, they're getting like having dinosaur arms too, and they're not making the shots they're supposed to either. So this isn't unique to Bronny James.
And what's interesting about that is you get a lot of people that kept bringing Sar up, and they kept bringing fill in the blank, the first round pick up. They kept bringing them up, and they're like, oh, well, we're not talking about these guys nearly as much as we talk about Bronny. But there's pros and cons to the whole thing, because just like you said, we're not talking about them like we were just talking about Bronny.
Right.
So it's like everyone's saying, oh, he's a 55th pick. Why are we talking about Bronny so much? But then when he does bad, they're so quick to want to talk about him all the time. But now that the number one and number two pick aren't doing well, no one also cares. So it goes both ways. So it's like, even if I was those guys, I would be a little bit grateful now that I'm not as big as Bronny, because had these guys been as big as Bronny and they were the first and second pick of the draft, they'd really be getting ripped on.
I mean, Bronny is the face of the Summer League.
Yeah.
On the literal posters, he's front and center on the Summer League, and the number one pick isn't even on there. It's Bronny James, the kid from Duke, and just some random white guy.
Like they is it Connect?
I believe it's the two Lakers guys, and then some dude from Duke. I mean, that's so much shade at the top three picks. I mean, they're not even on the posters.
How much do you think of it? Were they both from France or just one of them?
First two were from France.
They both were from France.
I think 1, 2, and 8 were from France.
Okay, so I wonder if Wemby wasn't as big as he is, and him being from France. Do you think maybe we're looking at them like they're not Wemby? Like we already have our France prospect.
Well, I mean, it's LeBron James's kid.
Yeah, so that
we're like obligated to talk about LeBron James's kid. Of course, we're going to talk about Bronny James, especially when he does as awful as he started, and especially now that he looks like a basketball player.
It's pretty nice. I'm happy for him. And a key thing I noticed, I didn't see the ending of their game last night, but I saw it a few nights ago when he had his first good game. And when the final shot was put up, because it was a close game, I think it was the Hawks, when the Hawks team put up the last shot and it was a miss and the game was over, everybody on the Lakers team, it was their first win in the Summer League. So everyone's jumping up and down, screaming. And Bronny, as soon as the final bell goes, the final buzzer, he walks straight to the sideline, walks to the other team. He's shaking all of their hands. And it's like, okay, so there's one of those things where you wonder why you draft a guy because he's LeBron's kid. But like, that's when him being LeBron's kid plays a big part, because it's like, what could he really win right now? Whereas to him, it's like a big deal. Like he's seen his dad win championships. So for him, it's like, yeah, we got our first Summer League win, but he wasn't even smiling. Like, and guys are all running up to him, jumping. And he's like just super calm. And I'm sure in his mind, he's like, I had my first good game, like finally.
Sure.
But he's just so composed. He walks straight to the sideline, shakes the hands of the other players. And as me as a Laker fan, that was huge for me, because I'm like, okay, so the moment's not too big for him.
More basketball talk when we get back. We're going to wrap up this Bronny issue, and I got another one for you. Also, more Taco Bell talk. You're not going to believe this story I'm going to drop on you when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report.
Welcome back, Albuquerque. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, The Sports Animal. The boys are down here at Safehouse Distilling on Gold in between 6th and 7th. Doors open at 5. Come have a cocktail. Friend of the show, first one's on me.
Oh.
You come down here, meet my friends at Safehouse. First one's on me. Pinky swear over the internet right now.
Don't all come rush in at once.
Yeah, please. I'm not a rich man.
Richer than me, I can't offer that deal, guys. Give me till the 30th.
It's a Fredless Friday here on Two Men On. He's getting ready for Duke City Championship Wrestling. Going to be a banger of a night at the El Rey Theater. Doors at 6, show at 7. I'll be there. Isaiah will be there. Being joined by Mandy Vaquera Promotions at Cumas. You going to wrestling with us too?
You know what? Why the heck not?
Why the
I'm
heck
down
not?
here.
Let's go. You're already here. It's right across the
I
street.
know.
Griff,
I know.
you're going to shut down the program and come meet us at the El Rey Theater?
That would be fun. I've been to one of those, and they're pretty fun. They're hilarious.
You were working, though. You couldn't even soak it all in.
You're right. But when I did, a lot of fun. And it's fun because, it's family. So there's little kids all into it. It was a blast.
Okay, you're going to enjoy this one, Griff. At 5:30, we might have to bump it, but at 5:30, we're going to do our I-9 Varsity. And today's I-9 Varsity, in honor of Taco Bell Talk, we're going to do the I-9 Varsity of stoner foods. So this is going to be a great one.
Okay, that's going to be
here.
good. I'll have to think of a bunch of stoner good
Okay, you
foods.
got some time. Don't forget, though, because we're going to be doing it at 5:30, the I-9 Varsity of Stoner Foods.
I wasn't going to get into character.
Okay. you got like 4 minutes during a commercial break. You can run outside real quick. I'm kidding, Griff. I know you don't imbibe on the job. You're a professional. Also, Griff, we
Always
missed you.
professional.
It's been a cool minute. We've had the young stud Isaiah on the ones and twos for our program. We haven't had a taste of Griff in a while, so welcome back. I'm sure the friend of the show is looking at this as quite the treat. Okay, boys, the reason I brought up Taco Bell is not only because, we just randomly segued into it.
Yeah.
But Taco Bell is back in the news as Taco Bell is opening an early retirement community for the old at heart. Okay? Taco Bell's, in quotes, the Cantinas, a daytime oasis offering cross-generational leisure and senior-inspired recreation, will be coming to San Diego this summer. This is real.
I'm still a little confused.
This is not The Onion. This is not Babylon Bee. This is a real thing that's happening in real life. Taco Bell is opening the Cantinas, an early retirement community where everyone can live like a retiree, coming to San Diego August 17th and 18th, 2024. The Cantinas celebrates the laid-back spirit in everyone with a weekend of senior-inspired, sun-soaked daytime recreation, retail, and dining, day passes and weekend memberships, blah, blah, blah. This is weird.
It says anyone. So do they act like all ages, or is there? Do you have to be an elderly person to partake?
I don't know. I don't really know a ton about
It's like
this.
a
I just
resort?
saw this and I couldn't resist talking about it. Is this like diabetes Coachella? Like, I don't understand. Like, you don't have to wait until you're 55 to live the life you're craving, said Taylor Montgomery, U.S. Chief Marketing
So it isn't
Officer at Taco
everyone.
Bell.
my
Wow.
The
gosh.
Cantina's early retirement community, just like our brand, represents a place where all generations can come together, regardless of age, to live their moss however they want. There's a weekend membership. There's the day pass. This is so dumb. I love it.
I guess Taco Bell. I mean, whatever you can do. I mean, they took off the dollar menu from us. So is this their way to try to repay us?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Biden.
I don't know why you guys are so surprised by it. They have a wedding venue in Vegas.
The Taco Bell wedding
Yes.
venue? Okay, well, that's
Have
new
you
to
not
me,
been
too.
there?
Taco Bell Corp is taking over.
Yeah.
Look, don't watch the prophetic movie Demolition Man, because Taco Bell won the corporate wars, and in the future, they become our corporate overlords. This is where it starts.
Okay.
There you
This
go.
see, maybe this is like a fast food takeover, because I saw something else. It's not Taco Bell, but it's like Taco Bell's long lost cousin, McDonald's again.
Okay.
There is this guy. No, it's actually Burger King. a guy who has never missed a day of work, I think, in 20 years, and they gave him $400,000 in retirement funds.
The one guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what I
Okay.
was really
Yeah,
thinking,
the
because I'm
one.
like, how many people have gone like 20 to 30 years, never missed a day of work, and they see this guy get 400,000? I'm like, what did he do that was so special?
Maybe he's gonna go to Taco Bell community.
Yeah, right.
For sure. He's going to go to get in his early retirement at Taco Bell, the cantinas. We were talking earlier about Taco Bell, and like I only enjoy it when there's a sprinkle of jazz cabbage in my system. And I started to tell you this story, and I stopped. My go-to back in the day, I mean, I was probably right around your age, Isaiah. Isaiah, you're 26, right?
Yes.
So when I was 26, my body could handle fast food. It can't anymore. I don't partake
Yeah,
often.
I'm getting there.
But when I used to partake in fast food and significantly more jazz cabbage, what I used to do, and hear me out, this is kind of epic stoner food, and this is what gave me the idea for today's I-9 varsity, the varsity of stoner foods. I used to get a Mexican pizza, Griffin, and what I would do is I'd take the Mexican pizza and I would wrap it around a double-decker taco, and I'd have a triple-decker taco pizza.
What?
Yeah, for
No
sure.
wonder why your body cannot handle fast food no
Yeah.
more.
I
Hit
got-
the fast forward button.
I ate so much of it, like my
Ooh.
body rejects it now.
I just want to see it. I want to see it done. You know.
Yeah, see it in person.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that's why I can't eat lactose or anything. I kept eating pancakes like 3 times a day, and now all of a sudden gluten and dairy just destroy me.
Now, you've eaten pancakes 3 times in one day?
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, when I first learned how to make pancakes and eggs,
Oh, well, that's
that's
cute.
all I'd make.
That's
all
actually
I'd make.
adorable. Pancakes and
Oh
eggs.
yeah, and ever since then, I had to drop pancakes, but eggs are my go-to for that reason alone. Like it just hits home.
Are
The
we
first
talking
thing.
about like 8-year-old Isaiah or like 22-year-old Isaiah?
This is
Because you can say younger and mean a lot of
this
different
is
ages.
This is 8, 9-year-old Isaiah.
Okay,
I
now
learned-
that's adorable.
yeah. And pancakes were easiest. The thing with eggs, I sucked at cracking them. I couldn't crack the eggs. I'd always get eggshells in my eggs, and I don't like that. I don't like crunchy things in my food if it's not supposed to be crunchy. So that's why I hate the crunchy peanut butter stuff. I can't do
Oh
it.
no.
I've never been a crunchy peanut butter guy. Vin, is that like shocking?
Oh,
the
dude, I'm a
best.
team crunchy for sure.
Yeah.
Me
Oh
too.
my
The,
God,
Yeah.
it is
The
far
creamy-
superior.
the creamy freaks me out.
You got every
Really?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
creamy is like weird and gross. It just gets in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like there's no texture to it.
I was just eating that raw at the jar last night.
You are wild, bro.
Straight spoonful of peanut butter before I go to sleep.
Ew.
Are you trying to? Are you bulking right now? Are you trying to gain some
Yeah,
weight?
It's not bulking. It's just it became that time of the night where I was like, I don't feel like cooking anything, and I'm hungry, and I'm trying to be like you, cut out the bad food, so I don't really have like the quick snacks anymore. So like I'm not gonna go make any chicken thighs or anything right now. It's 12, so I'm just gonna go ahead and grab the jar of peanut butter,
Spoonfuls of peanut
take
butter.
it to the bed.
I mean, it's a healthy stack. I mean, there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that at all.
Yeah, it did me well.
I could just see him falling asleep with it next to him.
It was pretty close, but I have all white blankets, so my anxiety was like, "Don't fall asleep with the peanut butter in your hands."
Isaiah passes out, and like a spoon of peanut butter is just stuck to his Dak Prescott jersey.
If all jerseys, I'd be okay with it being that one.
1 hour in the books here at Safehouse Distilling. We're here till 7. Doors are about to open. Daddy's about to get a cocktail. More sports and sports adjacent content when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, the sports animal.
men on, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And
All right, back to you guys.
Amory Castillo. This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
5 o'clock on a Friday.
The best time.
Friend of the show, I am so happy for you. You made it through another week. From the boys, congratulations. If you need a cocktail, come right down here to Safehouse Distilling on Gold in between 6th and 7th. We'll be here all the way up into 7th, and we're walking across the street to go see some lubed up man slamming action at the El Rey Theater.
You could word it like that.
Duke City Championship Wrestling. I'm going to have a blast. Speaking of having a blast,
Baja Blast?
Yeah. Baja, is that going to be on your I-9 varsity of Stoner Foods?
Yeah.
I guess we got to include drinks, too. I'll do Stoner Foods and drinks.
Okay.
Going to be a fun one. We'll do the I-9 varsity at 5:30. Isham Dental Soundbite of the Day also coming at you later. And the 66 Diner Blue Plate Special. We'll hit you with that later in the program as well. Heck of a day here at Safehouse Distilling. Heck of a day here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Friends of the show already showing up here to Safehouse Distilling to get themselves a cocktail. All right, so the Denver Nuggets kind of did one of the dumbest things that they could possibly do whatsoever, is they acquired a fantastic basketball player, but one that's never won in the history of his whole career. The Denver Nuggets, for some reason, wanted Russell Westbrook.
You know, in most scenarios, I would be bashing on this, but the Nuggets are a team where I think they literally have everything they need. So, I mean, Westbrook's he's a good addition. I mean, he's going to help scrap. I think he's definitely coming off the bench. I mean, he's not going to compete with Jamal Murray. But the Nuggets don't need too much. I mean, Russell Westbrook, I think the issue with him in the past is teams were getting him hoping that he could get them over the edge. Whereas I think the Nuggets are kind of like in a situation where it's like, look, you can't really do so much to knock us off. Just maybe you can win us some extra games and be an extra hustle player for us.
I mean, that's what he can still do.
Yes.
I mean, Russell Westbrook, MVP Russell Westbrook, he'll never be that dude again. And that's fine. If he's okay with coming off the bench, providing a little spark, making some big plays, like maybe playing defense for the first time in his career, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and if Jokic, I tell you what, Jokic or Murray misses a game, that is the perfect ingredients to see MVP Westbrook for maybe one game. Maybe if we get really lucky as basketball fans, we'll see him turn into MVP Russ for one game, but he can only do that when there's nobody else in the court to challenge him for shots.
Yeah, especially if if he's shooting 20% from the field, it doesn't matter how hard he plays or how good of a teammate he is. If he's like chunking up contested 3-pointers like all the time, like it doesn't matter at all whatsoever.
Exactly. And Russ, when he hits his threes, he becomes an elite guy, but he's not. In the days basketball, he chose the worst time to not improve his shot. Like he definitely could have improved his jumper and he would have been relevant, but Russ can't shoot. And not only can he not shoot, I think he's gotten worse at shooting. Like prime Russ used to be a mid-range bucket. And I don't think your ability to shoot should decrease as you get older in the NBA. It should get better. Look at LeBron.
Sure.
He may be a bad case, but you can get better at shooting as you get older. It's
I don't think you could compare anybody to LeBron and be like, why don't you just do that? Why don't you just go ahead and be the best of all time?
Yeah. Understandable.
The 505-246-0610 will open up the phone lines because I just referred to LeBron James as the best of all time. I know what I'm saying. I didn't say he's the GOAT. I didn't say he's the greatest of all time. LeBron is the BOAT. He's the best basketball player in the history of the association. I don't care about rings. He's the best to ever do it. Jordan's still the GOAT.
Okay.
All right.
So there's a difference between greatest and best.
Yeah. The GOAT and the BOAT are way different.
I think the best way to look at it is you look at individual seasons. And this has been a conversation I've been really wanting to have with people more often. A debate about which version of LeBron was his prime. But I'm even as a Kobe fan, I must say this. I think there's some specific seasons where guys that season were the best ever. And there's three guys. You got Jordan. You could pick any of the 90 seasons, right?
Every season.
Yeah, probably 92, 93 may have been peak. Or
Yeah.
Then you got, I think, 2013 LeBron. I think 2013 LeBron was by far the best LeBron. And then I got 07 Kobe. Like, I can't – those three guys, 07 Kobe, 90s Jordan, and 2013 LeBron, I think those three guys were the best basketball players ever. And unfortunately, in 2013, LeBron may be the best out of the pack.
Well, I mean, Jordan's great. This is how I compare it. Like, Jordan was so much better than everyone else in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It was Jordan and then like 3 or 4 slots, then the next guy. I mean, whether it's Barkley or Malone or Stockton or whoever from that generation. You know, but it was him head and shoulders against everybody. Even though I consider LeBron James to be the best basketball player of all time, the difference in between LeBron and Steph isn't that big. The difference between LeBron and KD isn't as big as Jordan and everyone else. He just stood out head and shoulders over everyone else in that generation. And then if there was no LeBron, like, we'd be talking about that like Steph. Are we talking about that like KD?
So how and help me out here. So how favored were those Bulls teams like prior? Like, was it like a done deal, like the Bulls are going to win, or was it like the Bulls will win if Jordan plays well? Because I remember for the longest time, you know, you won't catch me sitting here defending LeBron in the GOAT debate too often. But there was at one point where every year we knew 100%, like, unless LeBron gets hurt, he's going to be in the finals.
Yeah,
and
with or without help.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And it's like the help just determines if he'll win the championship or not. Whereas I don't know the competition Jordan was facing on his route to the finals. I think LeBron, like, yes, he was going to the finals every year, but his competition on his way there was pretty minimal. Like, he didn't play very hard teams.
Sure.
And I think most of the good teams were usually in the West. So I don't know how the league really was like built back then during Jordan. Like,
you've seen The Last Dance, right?
Yeah.
It kind of explains their dominance and like how other teams viewed them.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's like a lot of confident guys like Reggie Miller and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
And whenever they're on the court, they think they're the best. They know they're not in real life. Like, once Jordan got Pippen and he didn't have to just do it all by himself, once he got his Robin to Jordan's Batman,
Mm-hmm.
it was over for the league. Like, everyone was fighting for second place. They were the favorites in Vegas. They were the favorites in the fans. They were the favorites by the NBA. They were the favorites by the announcers. Everyone knew that it took a miracle to beat them. And it was just like, you're watching excellence. You're not watching a competitive basketball game anymore. You just want to see excellence.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they were like.
And in replacement of Fred, I'll make my little WWE reference. But I felt like LeBron in the East was much like Roman Reigns, where it's like every single year, it's like, here we go again. We already know who's going to win. We don't know how it's going to happen, but we know who's going to end up winning. And when the Heat beat the Spurs with that Ray Allen 3, that's when it really clicked for me. I was like, these guys can't lose. And I do believe that year was peak LeBron, and it may have been peak basketball player. To Jordan Pippen, I think it'll be this. I think Wemby with his Chris Paul. We'll see another dominance run coming up here.
All right, Wemby playing 4 quarters this year. I said he was going to be the unanimous rookie of the year. I was right. He's going to be, if he gets enough minutes this year, and they don't do load management. They don't try to pace him. They don't give him breathers. They don't give him fake injuries and make him take days off. He's already going to be as dominant as anyone in the history of the league. If Victor Wembanyama, in only his second year of the NBA, plays significant minutes, he will win the MVP.
Yeah.
And then we're going to start having this talk about Wembanyama being the GOAT way too early.
Yeah.
Like, way too early.
Yeah. And we'll use the words you used a lot. We'll say dominant. Like, when I hear people mention Wilt in like the GOAT debate, they say Wilt or Shaq was the most dominant, whereas they may not have been the best.
Sure.
But Victor, I mean, he's going to be, even if he scored just 8 more points a game and a few more jumpers per game, no matter what, he's going to record 3 blocks. 3 blocks and 8 rebounds is guaranteed, and he's going to be affecting so many different shots that aren't on the stat sheet.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, have you seen the highlight reels of like 3-on-1 fast breaks? Other teams has 3 people against one Wembanyama, and they just pass the ball into oblivion, and people are scared to take the shot. No one will go at the basket. It's going to be like that for a full season, and it's going to be like that for a full career. He's insane.
I love it. I'm happy because I see LeBron aging, and I start to get a little sad. Like when he's gone, like who are we really going to be excited to watch? So hopefully Wemby. I mean, we got Ant, but I don't know if there's anybody that carries enough social pull with them as far as like such a talkable subject. And I don't know if Bronny will maintain the same momentum that LeBron was maintaining. So hopefully it's Victor.
Yeah, I mean, Wembanyama is going to be must-see TV next year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because they'll be a little bit better. Their young core will get a little bit better. I mean, they have tons of room in the salary cap.
Yeah.
You know, all the greatest role players in the league are going to want to play with him. If Victor Wembanyama gets his Pippen, and it's not Chris Paul. It's not Chris Paul.
Obviously not.
Yeah, Chris Paul is going to put up video game assist numbers passing the ball to Wembanyama next year, but he's not going to take anything away from him. They'll still key on him. They'll just one-on-one Chris Paul. They're not going to care.
Yeah.
He's just going to keep lobbing the ball to Wembanyama. Not going to be that much of a game changer. But once Wembanyama gets a second player, a 1B or a 2A, like he is going to dominate like we haven't seen ever in the history of the organization.
I agree. So what drink did you get over there, man? What is that? It's sitting next to you.
I'll tell you what. Let's have a sip during the commercial break and talk about it when we get back.
I like that.
The boys are at Safehouse Distilling, and we just got a couple cocktails handed to us, and we'll tell you how delicious they are when we get back. More sports and sports-adjacent talk. You're listening to Two Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
This report brought to you by Window Depot.
The Window Depot is your go-to spot for Milgard windows and patio doors. Milgard offers beautiful, long-lasting, and energy-efficient windows and doors to help you create the perfect home. Build the home you deserve with custom Milgard windows from the Window Depot. Find a location near you at thewindowdepot.com.
Well, traffic right now, things continue to move a bit slow. Bounds are going to start right around 2nd Street. They'll last until southbound on I-25 as you approach Montgomery. You can see a bit of a slowdown in that area as well. Paseo, Alameda, Montano, those river crossings are all moving up to speed right now. South of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Los Lunas, traffic looks good in both directions.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Get ready to step into the ring of excitement with Going Over, the ultimate pro wrestling and pop culture talk show. Hosted by the dynamic duo, WWE insider and professional wrestling promoter Fred Slow, alongside actor and musician Sally Taylor. Going Over is your weekly ticket to the thrilling world of pro wrestling.
There's no way they were keeping time. There's no way they were keeping time. You're so right.
Tune in every week to Going Over.
They're looking around, so...
Sports Animal. The boys are at Safehouse Distilling downtown on Gold in between 6th and 7th. And you know what we do when it hits 5 o'clock. We got a little delicious cocktail right in front of us. It's a Fredless Friday as he's prepping the El Rey Theater for Duke City Championship Wrestling tonight. Lucky for me, I got Isaiah Johnson with me. Steph Griffin back at the studio. How's Steph? You doing okay?
I am doing really good.
You got your sea legs? You remember where all the buttons are?
You know, I do have to like touch everything because I think like, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing? And then it comes back. It comes back.
Yeah, it happens a little bit there.
Mandy Vaquera, Promotions at Cumulus, joining us. So what's the new hotness coming up at Cumulus? What's the next big event?
Oh, you know what? August is crazy busy for us. We have a ton of concerts coming up, rock concerts. You guys are going to actually be a part of some of them. So
Awesome.
Kind of cool with that. Yeah, just concert season, getting ready to be in full force.
Mandy, looks like you got you a little oat soda there.
I did. I got
You
me
don't
a
want to. You don't
Kolsch.
want to. You don't want to stick your pinky out and drink fancy cocktails with me and Zay.
You know what?
It's a beer day for Mandy.
It is a beer. You know what? I may change. What is it? Beer or is it clear before beer? Is that what it is?
Liquor
Or-
before beer,
there
you're
you
in
go.
the clear.
Oh.
Beer before liquor can't get any sicker.
Okay, so I messed up.
Mandy, I've seen you drink before. You're fine. You're gonna be okay, Mandy. I think you're gonna be
Okay,
fine.
all right,
Just don't
thanks.
overdo it. We know you. You know
Okay.
you're responsible. I am having the Cool Fortune, which is lockpick gin, house-made cucumber syrup, house-made elderflower cordial, lime, and egg white. This is sexy.
It looks
Egg
beautiful.
white.
It is legit sexy.
So good.
That's why you get that little luscious creaminess on there. It's
egg
kind of
white.
made like a sour, like a gin sour with cucumber and lime.
Yeah,
It's
the
the
egg
hotness,
sounds so-
boys.
I'm not. Now, help me out again. With the fanciness, egg white and liquor. Is that like a
Yeah,
common
so-
thing? Is that a Safe House special?
No, it's a sour is made out of egg whites. It's kind of adds like this level of creaminess to kind of balance out the acidity, gives it a little thickness and that delicious little foam on top. It's a way to do it.
Can you compare it to an egg drop soup? Can you taste the egg?
No, you cannot.
Okay.
I hate
Good.
eggs. I could deal.
You know what's the best? Isaiah, you know what's the best comparison? Have you ever had an orange Julius with egg in it?
With egg, so you had me at the first half.
I think they all.
You can't taste it.
I think just the orange Julius is
Yeah, the OG orange Julius already has egg white
Yeah.
in it.
How OG?
You've been
when is
drinking
OG?
it. You've been drinking it your whole life.
like
Orange-
not like the berry or anything like that. Just orange Julius.
How OG is OG? Like what year are we talking for OG?
When was the corporation started? I think they've been doing it the same since the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh,
at least since I've been born.
The same.
I'm
yeah.
thinking of Dairy Queen because Dairy Queen has that orange
Yeah.
Julius.
Oh, okay.
So
No,
we're not talking about this.
No, that's different. Yeah.
Okay.
The
so then
company orange juice, that's at like every mall in the
Mhm.
country.
Yep.
Yeah, they make like orange juice with egg whites in it. It's
Yeah.
wild.
Okay.
That's what gives it that
That protein.
frothiness.
I guess. Yeah. If you say it's for protein, then you got me there. Then I'll shoot it back.
Then it's acceptable.
Yeah.
Say you got brave. You're having the acid drop, which
Yeah.
is kind of unique to
Yeah.
Safe House Distilling because they use their very own Teller green chili vodka here.
It's sharp.
It's
Yeah.
super good.
It's sharp going down. And I'm not bigger into green chili, and I must say, this is the best form of green chili I've tried.
Drinkable with booze.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. Booze made something you're not crazy about better. That's wild.
It's nice. It's got a little orange peel in here, but it's good. Like it's actually really good. It's got like 5 different waves or layers, if you will, of taste.
And like I said, they're pretty. Look at you don't even want to drink them because they're so pretty.
Yeah.
10 unique cocktails here on the menu, or they could just make you whatever you want. They got beer, they got wine, and of course they got Teller's pre-made cocktails like the watermelon walk-off and grapefruit hibiscus and blueberry lavender, all the hotness that you expect from Teller Vodka and Safe House Distilling. Also, if you're a bourbon guy, profit share bourbon through the roof.
Yeah?
It's fantastic.
Okay.
It's a straight up sipper.
You know, I just realized, breaking news, I always hear you talk about Teller. This is my first time actually trying vodka from Teller.
It's fantastic.
It is.
You got a super unique one too,
Uh-huh.
because there's only I think the Teller green chili vodka makes the best Bloody Mary on the planet. Like, it's so good.
I can't imagine. So, what are like the different flavors you taste in a Bloody Mary? I couldn't imagine.
Well, it's tomato heavy, salt,
That's
pepper,
insane.
a little Worcester or
Yeah.
soy, if you
Tabasco.
like. Yeah, definitely some Tabasco, but you don't need to use any Tabasco or sriracha or whatever spice you like, because the Tella green chili has like that little bit of like green chili flavor in it already. So you don't got to add anything to it. You just use it as is. It's wild.
I've got a lot of learning to do.
Well, you are young, Isaiah. That's why we like a fresh perspective. KD is back for Team USA. The golden calf is apparently back, seems to be healed. I don't think it matters at all.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean by that. No disrespect to KD.
No.
This should be a landslide, and those boys are starting to play together, starting to mesh together well. So it's just overkill.
From the latest generation of basketball players who are starting to age out, like, you know, the final run of LeBron and Steph and KD and these guys. We did the top 100 athletes, you know, ESPN, we riffed on that list yesterday. Bad list, but at least they got the top of it right. And in this generation, call it since 2000, I think Kobe's kind of hard to argue because he was 90s and 2000s. I mean, he's a legend in both decades. But since LeBron, I think it's LeBron, Steph, KD. And I don't think there's much argument over the best three of this generation.
2010s.
So, yeah, I mean, zeros and tens. Like, I mean, who's better than those three guys? Like, you want to make a big argument on the fourth one, like, go crazy. But, I mean, KD is lights out. One of the best unique scorers in the game. Like, he's impossible to stop. But Team USA is so loaded, it does not matter whether they have KD or not.
Yeah, and another thing that makes it a little iffy with KD is I think he's at the point in his career where the reason we don't see him maintaining the same, and I'm sure if I look at his numbers, he's still maintaining his numbers, but the reason why we may feel like we don't see KD playing as effective as he was in his prime is I think it's mental for him. Like, I think he's one of those guys where I don't know how much he said out his own mouth. He doesn't really care too much about being the best ever. So I don't know how much he cares about continuing to be that elite prime KD. So in this situation with him being on this team, him seeing all the talent around him, I don't know how much he'll truly care. Like, he may be thinking the same thing as you, like, we're going to win regardless. So I'm hoping that he comes in with like a chip on his shoulder. That's up to the leaders on the team. It may seem crazy to say that KD needs a leader, but I think he's one of those guys that may still need somebody on the team that's like pushing them to push, keep going. And I think it could be LeBron moving forward. I saw LeBron. Did you see the video? LeBron told KD to shoot the ball and he hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe LeBron will have to be in his ear, like motivating him to keep going and treat this seriously.
But I don't even think you like really need him until like he'd be like the perfect guy to lead the second team or whatever.
Yes.
But like, you got the 12 or 15 best dudes on the planet on one team. Like, you only need like 6 or 7 of them to play.
Yeah. You think should he start? Will he start? He got to put his ego to the side.
Well, you got to rotate them all. Like, you have to start LeBron and Steph. Like, you have to.
Yeah.
There'll be riots if you don't. But then everyone else, you kind of just rotate out in and out of those other spots.
Hopefully KD feels the same. Now, he may know the same, but he needs to feel the same. But him and Ant's like his little, like how Kobe was to Jordan. I think that's Ant to KD. Like, Ant loves KD when they're playing with each other. He's always asking him stuff. KD looks at Ant as like his little fan. So I think those two being in the second lineup together could be a great thing because chemistry also matters a lot. And Ant has said that KD was the number one guy he was excited to play with. So put KD in the second unit with Ant and let those guys carry it.
I mean, I think a lot of kids, when I say kids, I mean, early and mid 20s, like the next generation of basketball players coming up. A lot of them, KD was their favorite player. Not every single kid was a LeBron fan. I think that a lot of that generation had like LeBron fatigue.
Yes.
Like, not everyone. You can't be every single kid's favorite player.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people, if you like chunking up 3-pointers, Steph's your guy. If you like all around offense, like KD's probably your guy.
And if you just like all around basketball, then LeBron was your guy. Or if you're a bandwagoner.
Sure.
He pulled all the bandwagoners. So many people that never had favorite teams were just rocking LeBron jerseys. I'm like, this is insane.
I mean, with LeBron, I don't think there's a lot of people that are like indifferent. It's a super love or hate relationship.
Yeah.
Like people like either agree, like, hey, he's the best to do it.
Uh-huh.
Again, I will say there's a difference between GOAT and BOAT. He's the BOAT. He's
Yes.
the best to ever do it.
Okay.
Like, and it gets tiresome, right? There's a half-life of fandom.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of get sick of it. Like, I can respect an amazing player. I can respect generational greatness.
Yeah.
But I can see how basketball fans, like, God, are we still talking about LeBron? Like, come on.
Seriously.
I
And
mean,
now he's
there's
pushing-
this perfectly good Steph right there. There's a perfectly good KD
Yeah.
right there. What about these guys?
Even Paul George. For a minute, people were trying to put Paul George in that category, but he just couldn't. He just couldn't get it done in the playoffs. He couldn't knock off LeBron with the Pacers, and he fell short. But in KD's, another thing for KD's resume, he did win us the gold in 2020. He was the best player on that team. So, back to my earlier point about how much he cares, I believe that Olympics was the first time I saw him actually play. Like, he cared and was trying his hardest. And I remember that being a worry of mine. I was like, KD's our top guy. Like, I hope he cares. Like, I hope he wants to win gold. And he does not thinking like, oh, who cares if I don't win gold? You guys don't control my life. Like, it's not one of those things here, buddy. This is the Olympics. Like, have that mindset with the NBA if you want to have that mindset. But please don't bring that mindset of, oh, you guys are just criticizing. You guys don't. You don't know me. Like, the Olympics is not for that. You got the whole country you're playing for.
Yeah, I've always had like an aspect of looking at KD like being so me-centered, like being so like me first, like as long as I'm playing well and, I don't care if I don't win another championship.
Yeah.
Like, especially beginning of his career. Because like all the weird Twitter stuff when he had a burner and he's trying to defend himself online. Like, that is so super soft.
It is.
That is so like just flat out pathetic, KD.
And I must admit, maybe you would be better than me. If I was somebody like a KD stature, and this is why some of the times I thank God I'm not that big, because I would not be able, like the way I am now, if I had a bad game and I went home, like I could leave the game and have all the accountability in the world. Like, man, I got to do better. I need to do this. I need to do this. But if I go on Twitter and there's a bunch of randoms that I don't know and they're telling me what to do,
sure,
I would not be able to ignore. Like, I would either have had made a burner or my PR team would have been in my ear. Like, you have to stop arguing with the fans. Because everyone who knows me knows I'm quick to like debate. So you guys know that.
Yeah, sure.
So if I was to get on Twitter and see a bunch of people like cracking jokes about me, I would not handle it well. So I can't really bash KD too much.
Well, I mean, you better develop some thicker skin real fast, because you're on a microphone and there's thousands of people listening right now. And there's going to be a few that hate you already.
Well, I'm sure they all agree with me.
They just hate you so much. And most of them aren't even sure why. But they're just going to hate. And you better have thick skin, and you better leave them alone on the internet. Don't look at the comments. You're doing fine.
And me and KD's problem is we truly believe that, like, oh no, we're fine. I'm just going to carefully pick this guy apart because he's not intelligent. That's kind of the mindset. Like, I'm going to indulge and break this guy down. And then you get done and it's like, I should have just left it alone. And KD's had a lot of those moments, I'm sure. LeBron's even starting to get that a little bit. He'll tweet some things out like, not caring about the repercussion. So who knows?
I mean, I think Zay, and I think you're doing a great job so far. Just keep developing that thick skin and don't do anything weird and get us in trouble on the internet. Would really appreciate that. That'd go a long way, friend. When we get back, this is going to be a fun one. We're doing our I-9 varsity of stoner foods. Friend of the show, feel free to text us 505-246-0610. What is your favorite stoner food? Going to be a fun segment when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored
Clear.
Lowe's.
You joining us for this one, Mandy?
Deals you need during Pro Savings
Griffin,
Days
you're going to do
at
it next
Lowe's.
segment too?
Right now,
yes.
All right, sweet.
20% off select Werner and Little Giant ladders, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 7/26 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Well, traffic right now, things continue to move a bit slow westbound on I-40. Those slowdowns are going to start right around 2nd Street. They'll last until Coors. Southbound on I-25 as you approach Montgomery. See a bit of a slowdown in that area as well. Paseo, Alameda, Montano, those river crossings are all moving up to speed right now. South of the city, I-25 between Albuquerque and Los Lunas. Traffic looks good in both directions.
610, the sports animal.
Welcome back, Duke City. 2 men on 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal. Van Nunley, Isaiah Johnson, Stephanie Griffin, special guest Mandy Vaquera, promotions at Cumulus. i9sports.com, League Office 280. They will keep your kids safe, have fun, and learn the sport that they love. Email leagueoffice280 at i9sports.com. Give them a call, old school if you want, 505-312-4999 or i9sports280 on all your social media platforms. All right, we went on a tangent earlier about Taco Bell, and Taco Bell's only good when you're a little blazed. So today's I9 Varsity is going to be the I9 Varsity of Stoner Food. I9 Varsity of Stoner Food. And I think out of the four of us, one imbibes a little more than all of the rest. Griffin, would you like to go first?
Sure, I'll kick it off.
Okay, Griffin, what's first on your I9 Varsity of Stoner Foods?
Okay, I thought in honor of Isaiah and his peanut butter.
Okay.
Have you guys ever had the Chiba Hut goo ball?
Oh, Griff, you're coming in hot. That is a real good one.
Delish.
That is a good one.
I've seen it on the menu though, but I haven't had the goo ball yet.
What's
I always
on
get
it?
the cheese bread instead.
It's like
The
a
cheese bread.
soft peanut butter Rice Krispie treat in a ball with like some kind of maple syrup or some
Yeah.
extra
Yummy.
sweet. It's
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
insanely good.
Yeah, I was on the Uber Eats and I saw it in the description. I'm reading it like, is this a real thing?
Yeah.
I'm like, look at the name of the place. Yeah, it's Chiba. I'm sure it's real.
Isaiah, you want to bat second?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be more of a meal. And I referred to this earlier, but it's the easiest go-to. Eggs and bacon.
Okay.
Eggs
A little
and bacon.
B&E, huh?
Yeah, you got your salty, you got your sweet. And I personally add syrup to my
Okay.
eggs. You guys can hack at home if you want
Syrup
to.
to the
and
eggs,
syrup to the
not
eggs and
bacon.
Well, you know,
That's wild.
once the syrup gets hot and warm, it leaks through the whole entire plate.
Ah,
So it
okay.
becomes like a mosh posh of everything together.
Okay.
It's
A
very
mosh
good.
posh, Mandy.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Well, that's first on your I9 Varsity.
Mine is very particular, and some people may not even know that they have this. At Jack in the Box,
Okay.
Oh,
egg rolls.
Egg rolls at
Really?
Jack in the
Egg
Box.
rolls at Jack in
Okay.
the Box.
All right.
Those are delicious.
You perked Griffin's interest.
I don't even think
She's into
people
it.
know they have egg rolls at Jack in the Box.
do they have anything else in that like food category?
Yeah, they actually have like a teriyaki chicken,
Oh,
like a teriyaki chicken bowl.
That match the egg rolls.
Yeah.
yeah.
But then also the tacos too. Like you can't get egg rolls without Jack in the Box tacos.
See,
Egg rolls and tacos.
back in the day when I might have been considered a stoner, I mean, I still, I mean, I'm holding right now. Let's be honest. When I used to be considered a stoner, Jack in the Box tacos went
Oh,
pretty hard.
seriously.
They went pretty hard.
Mhm.
Jack
Yeah.
in the Box
Like,
right down the road. But
Being like a pinkies out cultured adult now, I will never have Jack in the Box. There's too many good taco shops in Albuquerque to slum it with Jack in the Box. But if I'm like in the South or something,
Uh-huh.
like why not?
it's what's like the go-to taco place that's open late? Because some of the best ones will close at like 2:00. And I'm like, what sense does this make? Because in Chicago, like the suburbs of Chicago, where I went to JUCO, you could pull up to like 5 different Mexican places that would have nice, huge burritos at 2 a.m. if you want.
Yeah. There's a pretty iconic one here in Albuquerque on the corner of San Mateo and Manal.
Oh god,
like Caesar Cesar's.
It's Mediterranean and
Yeah,
Mexican,
it's
right?
Mexican, New Mexican, Mediterranean.
And
It's
they're
like
open late.
Caesar Cesar's. Yeah, that place is wild, dude. I'm hardly ever like awake that late and hungry to go get it, but it crushes
Okay.
late night.
All right, and you?
I know they're open up super late. I don't know if it's still like it used to be 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a long time. I don't know if it still is. All right, first on my I9 Varsity is stoner food. This is my go-to when I need like a delicious treat that I never have. This is not normally in my diet, but every time I'm blazed or every time I sit down in a theater, I gotta have a pack of Sour Patch Kids with me.
Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
love Sour Patch Kids.
Okay.
Like, I can't go to a theater and not get Sour Patch Kids. If I go to a theater and you don't have Sour Patch Kids, you're
out.
giving me your money, giving me my money back, and I'm going to another theater
or a gas station. 100%. Come back.
Yeah, and come back. And I do that as well. Like the dollar store on the way to the theater. Come on.
Yeah,
put
it in your pocket.
Quit trying to charge me $12 for a soda.
Griffin,
round 2.
What you got? What you got, Griff?
Okay. The one okay.
She's got so many.
I know.
Okay, it's hard to decide. I
Speaking
get
of
it.
the movie theater, okay, I love it when I get like the buttery popcorn, but then you have to get the nacho cheese on the side
That's
and then dip it.
Favorite.
You dip
oh
your
my
popcorn
God,
and
that's my
nacho cheese?
favorite.
How do you do that
Yes.
without getting your fingers?
That's
Oh, well, I don't care.
You just lick your
You just-
fingers.
Okay, you just indulge.
well.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Noted.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
You
try
got to
that.
take a little. I don't know if you've ever done this, Steph, but I would take a little like cup and I put it in my own cup because they don't give you like a
Ooh, yeah,
little. It's like
No.
2 ounces. I need like a big cup of cheese.
Okay.
Right. I need the whole tostada or the Tostitos jar.
Yeah,
of nacho
exactly.
cheese.
Exactly. Yes.
I never thought about cheese and popcorn.
Mhm.
Maybe the powdered cheese that they give you.
Yeah, I have popcorn cheese flavored, but I've never dipped it in nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese.
Griffin.
Yeah.
All right, I'm writing this down.
All right. So I'm up next, yeah?
You're up.
Give me Pop-Tarts and milk.
Oh.
Okay.
Pop-Tarts and milk. You're going to give me the strawberry or the brown sugar ones. When I was younger, I liked the wild berry. But as I grew older, I wasn't really too much of a fan of it. I think maybe it was the color combination that had me into the wild berry Pop-Tarts as a kid. But give me the strawberry.
Yeah, I'm OG strawberry. They
Strawberry.
perfected the strawberry.
Since
The strawberry's a 10.
Yeah.
Like the other ones are like 7s at best.
you ever had the knockoff toaster pastries?
The toaster strudels?
Toastums?
No, toaster
Toastums.
strudels are the bougie ones.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
no Toastums at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, those are like
Those are
honestly better
better.
than
They
Pop-Tarts.
Are they
They
really?
kind of are,
Oh
yeah.
man, okay,
They're
I'm
like
in.
thicker and they're better.
Yeah, they're way better.
All
All
right.
right, Mandy.
So I'm gonna go with Isaiah was talking about cereal, and I gotta go with a little bit of Lucky Charms.
Okay.
Crush it.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Some Lucky Charms.
Crush it.
But something really weird though is when I eat cereal, I have to eat cheese.
What?
It's
At the same time?
yeah.
Oh my god, that
like,
sounds
not even a
awful.
shit- Stoner thing.
Sharp cheddar cheese.
Sharp cheddar
like
cheese.
just cut off a piece, eat that, and then a little spoonful of cereal.
Oh,
Don't look at me weird. Don't
cheese.
look at
Hey,
me.
we're all looking at you weird. That was very weird.
I love it.
Cheese and
Cheese
cereal.
and cereal.
Lucky
it's a
Charms
must.
to be specific.
It's a
Oh my
must.
goodness.
It's a must.
Cheese and Lucky Charms.
I am sitting here
I'm
speechless.
You have to ask Griff though. Are you surprised?
No,
Okay,
not
Griff.
at all. Not at all.
Griff, you're not surprised. Is
No.
that something you've ever tried? Cheese with your cereal?
Oh dear Lord, no.
But she knows me
yeah,
very
some,
well.
some of us have standards, Mandy. Oh my God.
I must admit, I've eaten cereal and then still been kind of hungry, so I just grabbed like a piece of square cheese out the
See?
fridge
Okay.
and then just to like top it off, but like not.
There
not-
you.
Now
With
I
Together.
I'm a huge advocate for a nice block of aged cheese, like a little 2-year-old Irish cheddar, little 18-month
Try it.
Spanish manchega. Like,
Try it
I, mean,
with some Lucky Charms.
I know my aged cheese. Like I love it because it doesn't have any lactose in it.
Life
It
changing.
doesn't hurt my tum-tum. But with cereal, Mandy, how is your health insurance? Can we go? Can we get you on a couch with somebody? We need to talk this out with a professional.
All
All right.
All right. Since you think I'm weird, you go.
Second on my I-9 varsity of stoner foods, I'm going to go with a broad category here because it really doesn't matter to me. Any Mexican candy.
Okay.
If you got the sweet and the spicy at the same time, especially if it's like mango or papaya or tamarind, like pulparindos, like the blended up tamarind with the chili on the outside.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
So I think I've asked you this before. So that includes the Mexican candies that have like the actual like dead bugs inside of it, like with the scorpions inside of the sucker.
See, I don't know what you're talking about. I've seen shots of tequila with like snakes and scorpions in it, but never candy.
No, there's like
yeah.
there's
Yeah.
actual hard
With
candies.
worms.
Yes.
worms.
Yes. When I worked at the YMCA
Mm-mm.
last summer, and I was a summer counselor, camp counselor,
Okay.
and the kids were just talking about, yeah, like I've eaten those before, like suckers with like crickets inside of them, or like scorpions inside, and like you eat the sucker and you get to the middle and eat that like Hubba Bubba.
Wild.
These
Okay.
were the children crying out for help.
I
Like,
know.
You weren't helping.
Are they finding like mealworms in their backyard and like soaking them in chamoy? All right, all right, free shout out to our friends at Chamoy Bar on Central and Nob Hill.
Yeah.
They got these gushers that are coated in
know.
chamoy and tahine.
Mhm.
It is so good.
Yep.
It's a magical experience.
I'm not New Mexican enough yet to hop on the tahine wave.
Okay, well, I got multiple types at my house. I'll put you on. You're gonna get
Okay.
addicted. It's fantastic. All right, round 3, Griff. What you got?
Okay, my ultimate go-to, and I have this like every other night, is the McDonald's cookie tote.
Oh yeah.
I can get my
yeah.
tote
You have
of
to.
chocolate
I don't know
chip.
what that is.
Yeah.
They give you like 13 cookies for
Yeah.
like
You get
It's
$6.
like a little tote.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
it's even like got a little carrying case and everything.
And
Like
they're
a
always
$5 bill.
warm and hot
Mhm.
because they have to
Okay.
cook them fresh because they're never ready.
Could you
So
imagine
wait.
if the ice cream machine worked? You could actually put like ice
Right?
cream in
Oh,
them.
you could make your
Yes.
own ice cream sandwiches. Oh, that'd be wild.
Be a great deal.
Mhm.
Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
Yeah.
Zay,
Heck
round
yeah.
3.
I'm gonna go Quaker's oatmeal.
Mm.
Give me some oatmeal with some
A
milk.
lot of syrup.
No syrup.
Okay.
Now I did go through
Yeah.
a little period where I'd add syrup into the oatmeal, but now I'm more of a brown sugar, milk, and butter guy with a dash of salt.
Okay.
Okay.
That is delicious
It
and
is.
not that bad for you.
It's not terrible for
Okay,
you.
that's
It's not.
not bad.
It's a good little go-to, but if I do overdo the brown sugar, sometimes it gets a little upsets my stomach.
Yeah.
Too much of anything.
Yes.
Mandy, round 3, your I-9
I-
varsity of stoner foods.
I just got to go with the good old fashioned ramen,
Okay.
right?
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
just some-
Oh yes.
You know,
Fantastic.
15-cent ramen.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You cook it stovetop or microwave?
Stovetop.
Okay.
Yeah. If you have ever gotten the little chili oil from El Vicino, poured it in there. Oh my, golden.
Chili oil.
The
huh?
chili oil from El Vicino.
I got a lot.
I'm
to
not
learn.
sponsored, but I will be if you
Okay.
want to.
Our friends at Il Vicino reach out to Mandy. Promotions at Cumulus Radio Cluster. All right, looks like I'm
Right.
finishing this thing off, and this is an easy one. This is a go-to forever, and I'm gonna keep it simple. We're not gonna get that fancy. Just a good-ass cheese pizza.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you got a little Satan salad in your system, it I mean makes everything taste better. And a good slice of pizza is fantastic as is.
Mhm.
But if you got a little jazz cabbage, like Miles Davis playing some jazz in your
Uh-huh.
system, it's even better.
You
So a nice thin New York style slice of cheese pizza with the grease and the crispy crust and the chewy dough, and oh my god, it's
Mm.
magical.
Okay, a couple of questions. So do you
Okay,
like
let's go.
Rising crust or crispy crust, and do you like square cut or traditional cut?
Very traditional.
Very traditional.
Like
So the
nice,
triangles.
nice crisp on the bottom to where it barely flips
Mhm.
down. Thin,
Thin
nice
crust.
spicy sauce, not too cheesy. Then the outside layer of the crust has the crisp, but the inside is doughy. That's what
Mhm.
pizza's supposed to
So,
be like
so rising
to
crust.
me.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I did have a caller suggest something.
Okay.
They said Bluebell pistachio ice cream.
Oh, I love that
Yes.
so
drizzled
much.
with chocolate, and then you add a salted caramel whiskey over it.
Oh, okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Got me with the
That
whiskey.
sounds amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
I am super into that.
I'm not a drinker, and that sounds delicious.
Pistachio ice cream. Huh?
Okay.
It sounds like
with a
everyone
little
knew what that,
whiskey on it.
everyone knew what the pistachio ice cream was. Am I like missing out?
Totally.
Pistachio
It's
ice cream, legit underrated ice cream flavor. For
Very
sure.
underrated. It's
Yeah.
Pistachios give me the aftertaste, give me a weird feeling sometimes. It's not going to give me that.
No, not
No,
at
it's
all.
completely
Not at all.
different.
It's
Because
so
when I
good.
hated coffee, the coffee ice cream
Mm-mm.
stayed right on par.
Okay.
So I'm just making sure pistachios don't do the same thing.
All right, that's one of my favorite I-9 varsities in recent memory. Thanks for playing, guys. When we get back, more sports and sports adjacent content. You are listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. Shop Macy's Backstage today for amazing deals on everything you need for summer. Get low prices every day at Macy's Backstage. Find a store near you at macy'sbackstage.com. Off price, on trend, arriving daily.
Okay, traffic right now, westbound on I-40. As you approach the interchange, you're going to see congestion. That's going to last until Coors. I-25 southbound right now between Osuna and Montgomery. Traffic continues to move slow there. Also dealing with slowdowns southbound on Coors at Montano. Paseo Alameda, Montano. Those river crossings right now all moving up to speed.
The Jump Into School Bash is right around the corner. Get ready for an unforgettable day. Make sure you register online to avoid long lines. Sign up for your free backpack, manicures, haircuts, and activity waivers at jumptoschoolbash.org. We can't wait to see you at the Bash. Hosted by Selena Trujillo of Bosswear Official.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress, serving the community since 1936. World class, local style. I'm Michael Carlisle from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Most people gamble. They visit a casino, buy a lottery ticket, play an online game. But for a few, gambling becomes more than fun. It becomes an addiction, just like a drug or alcohol addiction. Free and confidential help and treatment is available, funded by Responsible Gaming Association of New Mexico. A toll-free hotline, 888-696-2440, is available 24 hours a day.
Animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us. Now betting for the sports animal, your afternoon drive.
All right, back to you guys. And you'll set me up before I play that soundbite, right? Okay.
Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory.
All right, here we go.
This is Two Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
2 hours in the books, Duke City, 1 hour to go. Having a lot of fun here down at Safehouse Distilling. Gold Street in between 6th and 7th. I'm about to have my second cocktail.
Okay.
Meh.
How about you?
IshamDentalABQ.com. They'll take care of you, except basically any kind of insurance, any kind of Medicare, Medicaid. Get single-day dentures. They're the best in the biz. Not only is he talented, Scott Isham's just flat-out good dude. He's the kind of guy that you want messing around with your teeths.
Official. I saw for my own self.
Yeah, you went in. You are not only a spokesperson, Isaiah, you're also a client.
I am a client of Scott Isham, and he, of course, I'm sure he did a good job when he pulled the tooth out, and it's been healing super well since.
All right.
So I've been able to, one side done. There was 2 sides that are bugging me to eat. Now one side is complete. I got one more side to fix after I see his, a friend of his.
So you'll have the confidence to chew later when you're having some cereal and cheese from behalf of Mandy.
Yep.
Without further ado, here's your Isham Dental soundbite of the day. Griffin, let's go.
Get out of the car right now. You're going 126 miles an hour. Turn around. Where are you going to football at? You know? This ain't going to look good on you, dude. You're under arrest for criminal speed. The hell you going that fast for?
I was on my way to football practice.
Where's your ID at? How old are you?
I'm 25 years old, sir.
You know better than going that fast.
Yes, sir. I'm new here, sir.
All right, well, 126 miles an hour wherever you're at.
Yeah, I didn't realize I was going that fast.
You're supposed to pull
You're
her
listening to Marquise Brown being pulled over in Phoenix.
Got traded here from Baltimore.
Wow.
He's got to explain why he's there. Not only who he is, but why are you here?
He's got traded.
This is Phoenix.
And now he's calling his wife to pick him up from jail.
Going down to 4th Ave jail.
Humiliating.
All right, that's good, Griff. Thank you so much. Marquise Brown got pulled over and arrested for going 126 miles an hour, going more than twice the legal speed limit. In his words, and I quote, "I didn't know I was going that fast." Were you in an airplane? You're in a friggin' car, Marquise. This is, of course, Marquise Hollywood Brown. Was it cousin or nephew of Antonio Brown? I always get it mixed up. He's related to Antonio Brown. I think he's like little cousin.
Okay.
But anyways, like this behavior is par for the course for anyone related to Antonio Brown.
And wide receivers.
That is criminal speeding, not just normal speeding, is going twice the posted speed limit. And also hilariously didn't know where he was. Is this Scottsdale, he says? Am I in Scottsdale?
Hopefully no DUI is not involved, is it?
It didn't seem to be intoxicated.
126 in DUI would be cooked.
Yes, he would be cooked. That would be bad. This is still bad.
It's terrible.
Look, if you're going faster than 85 or 90, you know exactly how fast you're going.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a millionaire athlete. You know when you're going over 90 miles an hour. Every human being with a pulse, every human being with functional senses knows when they're going that fast. That is fast for any human being. That's fast for Ricky Bobby.
One thing I'll say about it is like, dude, I haven't been in a car that can necessarily easily go 120 miles per hour. So maybe me going 70 miles per hour in my Buick van feels like this guy going 120 in whatever car he was driving. But you got to know. And I'm sure whatever car he had a digital dashboard.
Yes.
So I'm sure it's right in front of his eyes.
Right in front of him.
Unacceptable.
I didn't know I was going that fast.
How fast do you think he was going? He should have asked him that.
Yeah. Okay. He's one of the fastest dudes in the NFL. and he can only drive like 21 miles an hour. I mean, run like 21 miles an hour. Like, come on, dude. You know exactly how fast. It's 105 miles an hour faster than you run. Now, you know exactly how fast 126 mile is, you doofus.
And I like how him not being from there had anything to do with the rate of speed.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can drive
from
126 in Maryland? Is that a fact? Okay, I didn't know the rules here. You can't drive 126 miles an hour anywhere on the planet that's not called the Autobahn. There is one highway in the world where you can drive that fast.
Going to football
and
practice.
it's in Germany, not Maryland.
Looking at the Cardinals coaching staff, there's no coach on that staff that should have you scared enough to be pushing 126 to football practice.
Right.
If he maybe had like a loose screwed head coach that was going to make him, I don't know, maybe even threaten to cut him from the team.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's still not understandable. But you see it. You understand why. But it's like, dude, it's not even NFL season. So what did you guys have going on that was so important that you had to be getting there at 126 miles per hour? I'm sure whatever it is, it's not even mandatory.
And it's not like he's a Georgia Bulldog and it's like in their DNA. I think Georgia Bulldogs don't quit speeding and getting into wrecks. There's been deaths on the team from driving like idiots.
It's insane.
And they keep going. Somebody got pulled over just 2 weeks ago for racing. And there's a Georgia Bulldog. Like, it don't stop. Like, come on, guys.
And just because of the amount of football teams I've been on, I don't usually like to categorize personalities based on positions, but this is not a good look for wide receivers because I don't think there's been like another non-receiver position that's been in the speeding in a car conversation. Like, actually, though, I don't think there's been any guy that I can
Georgia D lineman. But it's
Georgia.
Okay, outside of Georgia, you're saying
Yes.
it's only wide receivers driving like
yeah,
this?
NFL,
Okay.
NFL, as far as
You might be on to something.
Seriously, it's always wide receivers that are speeding.
Yeah, Georgia wide receiver, Georgia quarterback Carson Beck was asked by a reporter how fast does he drive his new Lamborghini Urus? U-R-U-S. Don't know what that is,
Urus.
but it's a friggin' Lamborghini,
Yes.
so it can go real fast.
It's a Lambo SUV.
And he says, obviously my car is fast, but I don't drive like an idiot. The quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs just threw shade on his entire team. I love it. Like, if you're not going to huddle around them and be like, hey, guys, you know how all of us get arrested for driving like idiots? Please stop.
So you think it's a Georgia thing?
I don't know why, but they keep getting arrested in Georgia for speeding and reckless driving, getting into wrecks, one leading to a death.
So are these cars that are given to them by the colleges, like through NIL?
I mean, he's a quarterback for Georgia. He's getting millions of dollars through NIL no matter what.
Okay, because I know some of these schools are giving out these like supercars.
Sure.
And if that was the case, if these players were like starting to crash the cars that the schools were giving them, I guarantee some rules would get put in place. Like like all these colleges are going to, like, these guys are going to ruin it for the kids that are coming out of high school that may go to Texas or Oregon or any of these schools and get offered a Lamborghini, and they're going to be like, sorry, we can't do that anymore because there's too many wrecks with people on the team. And if we give this kid who comes from nothing a whole Lamborghini when he didn't even have an Acura at home, who knows how he's going to drive?
Yeah, you can't go from a 02 Camry with 350,000 miles to a friggin' Dodge Hellcat. Like, that's bad for anyone.
And Hellcats are like, when you're looking at this game of like big time money in the supercars, Hellcats go that fast, but they're so much cheaper.
Mhm.
So you can spot Hellcats all over the road in Albuquerque.
I mean, and there's no way, like with the rash of speeding and reckless driving and accidents by the Georgia Bulldogs, like there's no way Carson Beck isn't driving that thing like a maniac too.
Yeah, he's one of the guys.
They should just start giving them minivans.
Yeah, like a souped up minivan
Yeah.
with like a governor on it to where you can't go over
Yeah.
65. Once you hit 65, like GPS knows you're on the highway.
Like Life
and you
360?
could only go 65.
This reminds me when I delivered for Papa John's, and they'd had like the big magnet that goes on top of your car, and they're like, we'll track your speed. And if you were going too fast, you'd come back to the actual restaurant and you'd see on the big board that you lost points because you were going too fast. We need to start doing that to these guys.
All right, that's some creepy Big Brother stuff.
Yeah,
I don't think that should be legal.
You don't think it
Also,
should be illegal?
don't drive like an idiot, but also like easy with the Big Brother stuff.
Well, I agree, but if there's accidents that keep coming about, unfortunately, that's what you got to do.
That was your Isham Dental sound by the day. IshamDentalABQ.com, the best in the biz. You need anything, especially single day dentures, they can help you out. Go see our friend Scott Isham at Isham Dental. Again, that is Isham Dental, ISHAM, IshamDentalABQ.com. When we get back, we're talking a little fashion. We're talking a little merch. We're talking a little swag as Team USA's clothing choices by Nike was released today. And we are going to tell you how dope this gear is
AliExpress,
when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On 95.9 FM, AM 610, the sports animal.
This report is clear by United Way of North Central New Mexico, celebrating 90 years.
Welcome back to 2 Men On 95.9 FM AM 610 Esports Animal. I'm having a sexy little smoked bourbon here at Safehouse Distilling downtown Albuquerque in between 6th and 7th on Gold. Come see the lovely Erica and Kim down here. They'll make you whatever you want in the world.
It smells amazing, by the way.
It's sweet, isn't it?
It does.
I love it.
Yeah.
A little extra smokiness. The bourbon's good as is with a little extra smoke to it.
Makes it sweet, huh?
Yeah, and Isaiah's getting the lemon meringue.
Which is the special tonight, lemon meringue pie cocktail. I heard it's fantastic.
Oh, lemon pie cocktail. Let's do it.
I love your adventurous spirit.
Always.
You're so brave.
Especially in this field. Everything's like a first time.
All right, I sent you guys the link to Nike's new Team USA gear. And some of it is fire, and some of it is absolute hot garbage, and somebody should have told them to pump the brakes a little bit.
I usually like all blue. I don't like these all blues.
The navy on navy stuff.
That one's kind of cool. The last slide with like the brighter blue. The navy, I'm always cool with navy blue.
Okay, so hard disagree with me already because I don't know if you guys can see. I sent you the slide. So the first slide has the ski gear or the casual ski gear and like the baby blue snow-colored like jump outfit is wild.
I like that.
That is so good.
You like it? Okay.
I don't know why they chose baby blue. Maybe it's like just for the ski team or whatever, but this outfit is fire. And if you want it, you can go to teamusashop.com and it's going to cost you about $400 with tax and shipping. It's going to be about $400. The Nike Heather Blue Team USA Tech Fleece Full Zip Hoodie will be $154.99 and the same price for the pants. So if you want to support your country, get a sponsor. Because this stuff is so wildly expensive.
You know what I've noticed about Nike? Whenever they add on the number one, any zip up, they add on $40. When they add those 2 pocket slits, it with zip that you can zip up that aren't just if you can zip up the pockets on a Nike sweatshirt, you're paying at least $120.
I mean, who makes zippers? Like the same people who make hybrid batteries? Like why is this at such a premium? It's a zipper.
The whole sweatshirt to make probably costs about $5.
Less than that. Ask Jaylen Brown. He knows where they're made.
Well, they gave him so much crap about even the uniforms for the athletes, right? Like all the athletes did not like the uniforms at all.
I mean, the basketball jerseys are pretty sweet. They're plain. They're not too flashy. They got the USA colors. You got to see. I'm sorry, this isn't the best radio right now. You got to see Isaiah's face because he just got handed the lemon meringue pie special cocktail, and his eyes went as wide as humanly possible. As there's literally a meringue foam on the top that it's toasted. So it is a toasted lemon meringue pie. That thing looks fantastic.
It looks just like a pie. Like I didn't think they'd actually make it look like a pie to drink.
All right, we're gonna go the next slide, and we're doing the medal ceremony jumper. So you got the pants and jacket matching with some Nike Air Max and a blue undershirt. These are very average. This is kind of just the regular blue with the light blue piping. Are we looking at the same one right now?
Yeah.
That is belligerently average. I think they could do better.
Yeah, and what's with the bedazzle weirdness on it?
Yeah, thank you, Griffin. You beat me to it. It literally looks bedazzled.
Yeah.
Like they put rhinestones on it.
Well, and doesn't it look like baseball pants to you or something?
Yeah,
like,
why does it have that belt? Like the way it's tapered on the bottom?
I've never been a fan. Now, like I'm sitting here wearing blue jeans and a different colored blue jersey. But exclude that from my next statement. I'm not a big fan of 2 blues on the same. I just don't think blue is one of those things you can combine 2 different shades with.
I mean, they almost look like Tennessee Titans football pants, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And the Titans
then
have
they
awful
didn't even
uniforms.
undershirt the same blue as the piping or the outer. It's a totally different
Yeah,
blue.
so that's 3 blues.
Yeah.
Triple foul.
Okay, where's the red and the white, y'all?
Seriously.
In the shoe.
I mean, the
right.
shoes got those the Air
Bubbles?
Max. I'm not sure. They look
There's
like
a little flag on the sleeve.
they look like Air Max 270s, but I haven't seen them with those bubbles. You see what I'm seeing, Zay?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like 270s, but they got those weird bubbles on the bottom.
I kind of, I kind of like that.
I don't dislike those. Yeah.
I kind of like that. I'm a big, something can be new, but if it looks like exotic and it fits, I like it. And those look exotic and different.
And then the Air Max that go with the ski wear, they're just like regular Air Max with the blue stripe on the bottom.
Yeah.
It's
I'd
like
wear
you can get those like 2 for $50
Yeah.
at like the
Foot Locker.
the shoe barn or whatever. Like these are the same Air Max that your dad mows the yard in.
Yeah.
They're not even cool Air Max.
No.
All right, we'll go to the Village Wear, where I mean this is a bundle.
Those are the
like
cool
this is a grip of clothes. I'm gonna start with the Constitution
I was
font.
just gonna say.
It's the Constitution font, United States of America
Yeah,
T-shirt.
let them know.
This
I'm
is
already
so
blind.
cheesy.
Let them know.
This is
I had
like
to
a
get
shirt
so
you get at a Trump rally.
Okay, but the slides that have like the strap in the back, what is that about?
MDC's
When you're trying to be
Yeah.
issue.
it's because you're trying to be comfortable, but someone might need to get balled up on the court.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta
You
have
might
the
need to
shoes.
run away fast.
The slides are always in sport mode. I just got like heel supports on
That's
the
to
back.
let the other countries know we're always prepared.
That is so weird. And I don't know about this tie-dyed jacket. It looks like a windbreaker.
Miss me with the tie dye.
What is
Yeah,
this?
I don't, and the hat has got to go with the tie dye on it.
The hat I'm not mad
No.
at, but the jacket is awful.
I feel like with tie dye, it's got to be one. You can't have two different tie dye things.
Is the
And the
Grateful
smiley
Dead
face?
opening up for the opening ceremonies? Why are you having tie-dyed jackets?
What about the hoodie with the smiley face?
Oh,
What do you think of
no.
that?
I like that one.
You like that?
Now, I'm not gonna lie. Not until you called it a smiley face did I notice it was a winking smiley.
I didn't
face.
see the smiley face.
I thought it was a track at first. I thought it was a track.
didn't
think
even
it's all-
notice
Could
I
that.
think it's all
It
the
looks-
above.
That is a winky smiley face. How did I not notice that?
It looks like one of those novelty shirts that they used to sell back in the day with Drew Carey, Mimi's face, where you would run into the girl.
Oh my
or-
god.
Oh gosh.
I like those. Honestly, the smiley face sweatshirt that would get put on. Now,
Is it
probably,
supposed to be a track? Is that what it?
That's got to be.
I think
Okay.
it is a track.
All right.
Now that would definitely get stained. I'd have a stain in there within a couple of weeks.
Also, consumers, help me out a little bit. On the sleeve of the winky smiley face hoodie,
Mhm.
is that the American Eagle? Eagle? Is that what that is? I
It
need-
kind of
Does
looks
look
like on the polo shirts that you get.
It's an American eagle.
Anheuser-Busch eagle.
It's an American eagle. I
Is
don't
that
know
like
about the
is it just for America, or is that like the American Eagle like brand logo?
American Eagle
Or
sponsors
is it-
the U.S.
It's just like a random bald eagle, because that's very confusing.
Yeah.
It looks like a crossover event.
I think it's we'll take a bald eagle. It's got to be a bald eagle. Right?
Okay, that I'm not mad at.
I'm just looking at the purse on the next slide. What is that about? Is that like a drink?
Satchel.
Is it like
Yeah.
a drink
It's a
holder?
satchel.
It's not a purse; it's a satchel. Indiana Jones had one.
FYI.
Dude. All right, the track stuff is kind of sweet.
Mhm.
Like the like the
Mhm.
plain navy, understated,
Yeah.
like that's gonna look hard
Track
out on the track.
Track will always have the best apparel
Mhm.
because they wear their apparel more than anybody else. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
they wear their stuff all day long and they'll go run and then sit around for 4 more hours waiting for their next event. So you better be comfortable if you're going to be waiting forever.
That bag is sick. I like that bag with the weird USA letters.
Mm,
It's kind of cool.
I like that.
Mhm.
I'll take one of all.
And the tie-dyed stuff, I don't get. Where did this come from? Do you see like the ladies track and field outfit with the sport bra and then like the tank top and the matching shorts?
See,
Like,
if you got the same tie dye, I guess that passes. Like if they have that on with it, I guess it works. We'll take it. They could do better as far as American colors. Yeah, and there's definitely like a random American Eagle shirt on here too. This one's not the best. It's above the It's on the Village Wear. Yeah, it's on the Village Wear, top row.
It's
the Nike with the eagle's wings and claws.
Yeah.
That looks like a middle school art project. This is awful. This is for the whole world to see.
Maybe they got the like Mrs. Smith's 5th grade class and
Yeah.
they picked the best one.
Did they win a competition?
Remember those little competitions where everyone's like, yeah, we're going to mail these out and they're going to get reviewed and one of you guys might get chosen.
I mean, that makes the smiley face make more sense. Like some child is like, let's do like a smiley face.
Now, if they said use half a track and use a Nike sign as a winking eye, I think we got ourselves a little golden child.
All right, the tie-dyed hat's kind of cool. I don't know what it's for. Like what event do you like wear like a weird hipster bicycle hat?
There's no Olympic tennis, huh? It's a good question, isn't it?
I believe there is.
Maybe tennis.
Okay, so it's a tennis hat. I don't see tennis players often wearing hats, right? Not on the court.
Visors, I feel like
they do a lot of visors.
I feel visors.
Some of them do. When they're balding,
It's like
they wear hats.
triathlon or something.
All right. Us as a country need to do better, period. But also our Team USA fashion could do better this year. A couple hits, a lot of misses.
I'll take anything Navy. I'll take the white smiley face sweatshirt for $400.
Yeah, it's wild.
But what it is.
Yeah.
Would you guys be interested in a Polo Ralph Lauren closing ceremony jacket?
It sounds dope.
Okay, it looks like something Dale Earnhardt would wear, but it is cross-branded in between Nike and Polo Ralph Lauren. And if you want one, I hope you have a second job because that's going to be $997.99.
Well, lucky for me, I work a second job on the weekends.
Well, okay.
So I'll rock it in a couple of weeks.
I hope it's at the bank. And the craziest thing about this is there's a little red tag next to this advertisement on teamusashop.com, and it says almost gone right next to it because they've almost sold out of these $1,000 jackets.
We know there's the businessmen who are sitting around want a reason to flex their money.
Flex on somebody.
Yeah, these are one of those things that you can't get. And it costs $1,000.
All right, Team USA, you didn't do your best. Let's hope you do your best in Paris at the Olympics. When we get back, more sports and sports-adjacent content. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This is 2 Men On.
Me and Fred were off program for 12 minutes. And you bring it.
To the show, these are the same guys that did a whole show on OJ.
We roasted him.
Who didn't do it?
We roasted OJ for 3
still
hours.
brought him up.
2 Men On. Weekdays at 4 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic for...
knows how to get you interested into something that you didn't think you'd be interested into. It is Van. It is Mr. Van Nunley here. So if you're not interested in the golf and you tune in, you might find yourself going out and scheduling a little day to hit the golf ball. I need to get good at it so that I can actually, because you guys were going and I'm listening and it all sounded interesting, but I couldn't relate to anything because I've never had the failure you guys will talk about or the advice you guys are giving to get better at golf. I've never have been bad at golf to know how to get better at it. I've never actually tried it, but I went to Top Golf and I couldn't hit the ball. So I figured if I go out to an actual golf course, it'd be even worse.
It is like the most addicting sport, period. The second you hit that first good shot and the ball does exactly what you want it to,
you just chase that.
You're hooked forever.
You just chase that.
And even like the worst golfer, if you play 18 holes, there's always going to be that one shot that brings you back. You keep coming back. It doesn't matter if you shoot a 200 or if you're like me and like you're a break 100 guy, break 90 every once in a while, or if you're a pro or a D1 golfer like Jay Choi and Max Machado, co-hosts of Fill in the Holes every Saturday morning at 8. There's always that one shot that brings you back. It's an unmatched feeling that once you're in forever.
Is it usually the shot that maybe puts it in the hole, or is it like that first drive? Is it?
It could be anything. It could be a bomb drive that you hit perfectly and it goes 300 yards right down the middle, or it could be a chip that gets it right next to the hole, or it could be that putt you didn't think you're going to make. There's always something on the golf course. It's like it's an unmatched feeling of euphoria that you don't get from anywhere else.
Little Kendrick reference there. So I feel like, so basically I'll go out there and the first time I get a good hit, even if it's the second hole, I'll be like, yep, I'm coming back out here tomorrow.
100%.
It doesn't matter what happens the rest of this day.
Yeah.
That last swing, I'm back.
Because you know you're going to play like garbage overall. Like overall, you're going to play bad.
Sounds humbling.
Yeah, it is. No, it is.
Yeah, and it sounds like a very humbling sport. You have to like obey to it and respect it and do things the right way. And it doesn't matter how angry you get, you'll never just get better at it because you're irritated.
Yeah.
Kind of like baseball. I think they're both sports that really sharpen the mental.
Oh, God, you nailed it right there. Like, no offense to any other sport, but the second you're not locked in golf, like the second you lose your focus, you're cooked. You're done for the day. And it might take a hole. It might take a couple holes. It might take the whole rest of the day for you to get locked in, but you get in your head and you start second guessing yourself and your swing changes and you overcorrect and you overthink, you're done. You are done. All your golf talk every Saturday morning right here on the Sports Animal. Check out Fill in the Holes. We will be on air tomorrow morning and every Saturday morning. It's a lot of fun. Join in. It's good and getting better.
All righty. And if you're productive, you should be awake early enough to catch the show. Don't let being asleep.
Yeah, hopefully you're on your way to the golf course listening to us while you're pulling up to the golf course.
Yes, being asleep is not an excuse to miss the show. Get up, take your cold shower, then listen to Fill in the Holes.
Yeah, here we go with the cold showers again. When we get back, one more segment. We got a little potpourri, a little hodgepodge of topics that fell off the back burner. We got a little bit of everything when we get back. You're listening to 2 Men On, 95.9 FM, AM 610, the Sports Animal.
You want it right.
Joining 2 Men on 95.9 FM AM 610, the Sports Animal. It was a Fredless Friday today. Fred is prepping the El Rey Theater for Duke City Championship Wrestling, which first bell right here in 13 minutes. Hopefully you're listening to us on your way down to the El Rey Theater if you're not there already. We'll be there shortly thereafter. We got to pack up here at Safehouse Distilling on Gold in between 6th and 7th. If you're unable to go to Duke City Championship Wrestling, may I suggest you come here to Safehouse Distilling and get a fantastic cocktail from one of the bartendresses, Erica or Kim. I love this place. I don't want to leave, but I will leave for Duke City Championship Wrestling, one of the few situations where I'll ghost this place.
This is my first time here, and this is also my first time at Duke City Championship Wrestling.
What a day for you.
Right, and I love this place.
Also, you're young, Zay. There's going to be a lot of firsts over and over again throughout your life.
This is true. I'm starting to feel the butterflies for Duke City Championship Wrestling. I'm starting to get a little excited.
The energy is unmatched in there. Going to be a blast. If you're going to be there, I'll see you in about 20ish, 30ish short minutes. I'm going to miss the first match, but I'll be there for the whole rest. Going to be a lot of fun at the El Rey Theater on the corner of Central and 7th. This story hits home with me really hard because I'm a quitter, guys. I'm a quitter. I don't know how to continue to do things. I just threw in the towel. And talking about cigarettes, I quit smoking.
Congratulations.
It's not harmless, but compared to a lot of the other things on this planet, it's almost a non-factor. And the reason I bring this up is Shoto Miyata, a 19-year-old captain of the Japan women artistic gymnastics team. Like, that's my favorite one. That's like the balls and the ribbons and the hoops.
Okay.
That is so much fun. If you could dance with hula hoops and win a gold medal, like, I'm all for it. So Congratulations. But Shoto Miyata, 19-year-old captain of the Japan's women artistic gymnastics team, has withdrawn from the squad for the Paris Games for violating the team's conduct by smoking. Not meth, not crack cocaine, not even a little Satan salad.
Wow.
Cigarettes.
Wow.
The Japanese are staunchly against smoking in their country, and it is illegal to smoke in Japan if you are 20 or younger. Shoko Miyata is 19, and she's going to lose her chance to represent her country for smoking a cigarette. Wow. Not PEDs, not drugs, not a ham, smoking cigarettes.
So I wonder, did she normally like smoke them and then she just got caught, or did she just get stressed and she's like, I need a cigarette? She got caught that one time. Obviously, the main answer is going to be, of course, this isn't the first time she smoked one if she just got caught. But like, did they know it and they were trying to get her to stop and she couldn't stop one time? Or I wonder what the details are behind this.
Quote from JGA President Tadahashi Fujita. I think I got that right.
Was a good job.
We apologize from the bottom of our hearts for this, bowing deeply along with other officials, including Miyata's personal coach, Mutsumi Harada. She was spending her days really burdened with so much pressure, he said, wiping away tears. I would implore people to understand that. This honor thing in Japan, like, I get that United States, we're not the most honorable country right now. Sometimes throughout the week, sometimes throughout the day, I'm not the most proud of the actions of my country.
Mm-hmm.
But this girl got stressed out and smoked a cigarette. It's not like she took PEDs. It's not like she's hooked on drugs. It's not like she did anything that out of the ordinary. It's just a cigarette.
Now, what's odd is I will hear a lot of people, even when they stop, they say their reason for relapsing is because they got stressed out. So, like, I've heard before that stress can cause somebody to maybe even crack one. I don't know if it's because they usually did it and that's what they became dependent on.
Yeah.
Or I do know there's some science into nicotine and endorphins. There's got to be. But I know it's a lot stronger when someone's already like hooked on the nicotine. So it makes me believe she had to either be currently doing it or she was heavily into them before and was trying to stop. And this made her like snap back into it.
Also, like, she's a gymnast.
Yeah.
Like, nothing can hurt your performance more than smoking cigarettes. Like, you're poisoning your lungs. Like, you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage. If this was like just like a team rule, and you're like, look, you can't smoke cigarettes. Like, come on. Like, you're going to hurt the team. You're not going to win gold. Like, you're letting your teammates down.
Yeah.
But this is like the whole country.
Yeah.
Like, she's disgracing her country for ripping a heater. Like, this is nothing.
Was it
like
worth
it's
it?
like where I come from, the South. It's like a coming of age thing that you have to give children cigarettes. I started smoking when I was 12. Like,
oh wow!
I didn't get kicked out of the Olympics. But
that was just fine.
But they probably are like, hey, if she's smoking and we know how addictive nicotine is, she's going to Paris, France.
Yeah.
Where children smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
It's like
cooked.
She's going to relapse. She's going to embarrass her country. She's going to be caught on camera.
Yeah.
Smoking heaters. And everyone in Paris smokes.
This is true. A lot of these foreign countries, smoking cigarettes is like so normal to them. It's like the same thing as saying, I'm going to go outside and air out. And because it's hot in here, I'm going to go outside and catch some fresh air. Smoking a cigarette's like paired with that statement. There's no such thing as going out for fresh air.
Yeah.
Unless you're smoking cigarettes.
Sure.
In Japan, she had to have known the rules, right? So I wonder how much she cares.
Oh, Japan knows the rules.
Disappointment. I mean, you can't do it. The Olympics, it's not like the NBA or the NFL where it may just be a game or so. And if it is, it's just one off season.
Sure.
The Olympics come like every 4 years.
Yeah.
So you just ruined a big opportunity.
Yeah. With that being said, there's a convicted child predator competing for the Netherlands. Not just rumors, like convicted in court, and they let him back in the country to compete in the Olympics. But Japan can't smoke a cigarette. Can't smoke a cigarette. Oh, it was a good one today here at Safehouse Distilling. This is like my favorite place in the world.
It's super nice. Did you notice the lighting changing? It was like
Yes.
going from blue to purple.
That's how good the drinks are, Mandy. Isaiah didn't notice that the lights have been changing colors for the last 2 hours.
That's that lemon meringue that
That's
he's got right there.
Yeah, I guess
this
that
definitely finished it off.
lemon meringue pie cocktail hits different here.
If you do come in, ask Erica to prefer a drink for you. Because she's 2 for 2 for me right now.
Steph Griffin, thank you so much. Did a great job today. Thanks for taking over for
you guys for having
Isaiah
me.
so he could be with me.
Of course, he deserves to be out and about.
Oh,
I
thank
miss you.
you.
You don't do a lot of production anymore. You're kind of just filling everyone. You're mostly doing promotions with Mandy Vaquera here.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. She's my go-to girl.
How's the weather? How's the temperature in the studio there? Is it cold?
No, it's actually okay right now. I haven't had to get a jacket or a
Wow.
blanket.
That means too hot. That's my problem. It's either too hot or too cold.
Right.
We got a great week coming next week. We'll be out in the community every single day, as Monday we'll be having a special program from the YMCA, and then we'll be out every other day of the week. Don't miss a second of 2 Men On, Monday through Friday, 4 to 7 next week, and check out Filling the Holes right before Going Over with Fred Slow and Saleh Taylor right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal. We're talking golf at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning with Jay Choi and Max Machado. Isaiah, you did an okay job today. Thank you.
Thank you. I've heard so before. I've heard that line somewhere. I don't know who said that. to me.
Mandy, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for letting me come.
You added something extra and special to this program that we're not used to.
What was that?
Cheese and cereal.
A strong female lead.
Heck yeah, let's go.
Which YMCA you guys going to be at?
Great I-9 varsity today. Great Isham Dental soundbite of the day. We'll have a special 66 Diner Blue Plate special on Monday. Friend of the show, thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe out there this weekend, and make sure you listen to the opening drive every Monday morning, every Tuesday morning, every Wednesday morning, every Thursday, and every Friday morning.
Which
right
YMCA?
here on the Sports Channel.
Which YMCA you guys
We'll be
gonna
at the Horn Branch.
Nice.
You have a great weekend out there, Bouquet. Give your mom a hug for me, and we'll see you next week.
Take your cold showers.